Launching young adult children. Very few of us take off into adulthood like a military fighter jet. Most of us take off like a Boeing. Young people in their 20s, they are struggling. And I will admit that it's been hard watching my own kids struggle and seeing other people go through the things they are, because it also brings back a lot of memories, because I'm like, man, I remember going through this in my 20s alongside my husband, and it just seems so unfair to have to watch it yet again with another generation. But there's a couple things I'm hoping to be able to share to maybe give you some hope if you are a young person struggling. And so, when you are in your 20s, one of the things I want you to know is that life seems so big, so permanent. Like every decision you make, there's just so much involved with it because you feel like you're just going to be stuck with it forever and it's going to mark your life forever. But I'm here to tell you that unless it involves death or the government, none of that is true. Life ebbs and flows. Decisions can be changed. Life can be changed. You can just figure things out as you come across those situations and change course as needed. Okay? It is really not that serious. When you are older and you look back, you're like, why was I freaking out so much in my 20s? Because it's really not that big of a deal. And so, with that, one of the things that you should be doing, though, in every stage of life, is always having some quiet, personal time to yourself to think about what are my two goals for this decade of my life. And so in your 20s, what are the top two priorities, the top two goals that you want to accomplish in your 20s? You're not going to be able to do more than two. None of us can. And two is a good number. And you're going to feel like you've gotten a lot done. But what are those two things that are going to be so important to you that you would have a lot of regret if you didn't meet them? And then every decision that you make should be in support and in pursuit of those goals. And then second, any kind of harmful or non-helpful coping mechanism that you have developed in your 20s or in your teenhood, just get rid of them. Stop them now. It's only going to get worse, and it's not going to make things easier. If anything, life is hard enough as it is. You do not need to make it harder than it needs to be. And so for the parents out there, if your children are struggling, this is where you have to kind of step back, give them their space to figure things out on their own. Most parents are not very helpful at this point. Okay, you have done your job as a parent. You can provide a listening ear if they ask for it. You can definitely always feed them. I'm sure that's well appreciated. But other than that, this is a stage, a journey of life that they're going to have to go through on their own.